progressing rapidly in the Christian music industry, capturing the imagination and hearts of all who hear them.
Sound of Melodies is their debut album, which represents the band's heart towards their gifts from God.
Leeland Mooring, the talented lead vocalist and guitar player, is the youngest member of the 5-member band, and he started writing songs when he was just 11 years old. So it's great to have you guys with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're excited.
So the band Leeland. Okay. We've got Leeland, Jack, Mike, Jake, and Matt. Okay, I've got all the names right. Okay, how did you guys come together? How did the band start? What's your story?
Well, Leeland and I, our parents are pastors at our hometown in Baytown, Texas, and we kind of all just came together, you know, in our youth group. Mike's dad is a pastor of a church, and we know Matt from another church in town, so we all just kind of came together slowly and started playing music. And like I said, Leeland started writing songs at a really young age, and it all just kind of developed out of there, you know.
Yeah.
So, Leeland, I understand that you've done some writing with Michael W. Smith.
Yes.
Tell us how that came about and how that was.
Oh, it was really cool. He actually, I met him at a showcase that we did in Nashville, Tennessee. He showed up and was at one of our shows, and the whole band and my mom and everybody, we all got to meet him after, and we were just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. And he ended up, we gave him one of our CDs or whatever, and through a friend of a friend, we heard that, you know, the family was liking it and stuff, and we're listening to the CD, and so we're like, oh, that's cool. And I got a phone call, like, on my cell phone, like about 2 weeks later, and it was, I noticed it was like a Nashville area code, so I just answered it, and I was like, hello. He's like, hey, this is Michael W. Smith. He's got that unmistakable voice. I was like, this is not a joke. I was like, oh, I was like kind of like shaking him. I was like, I just woke up in the morning, and like, and he was like, I just want to see if you come help write with me on my new record. And so it was really cool. And went up there for about 4 days, did like 2 4-day trips, and wrote with him. And it was amazing. It was like an experience I'll never forget. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah. So do you do all the writing, or is that more collaborative? Well,
on the first record, Sound of Melodies, usually it was just me and my brother would kind of write a lot of the stuff, and the band would like contribute a lot, like musically and their parts. But in this new record, Opposite Way, it's been really cool because it's been really collaborative. Like there's like 5 or 6 songs that a lot of the band wrote on all together, and so that's lyrically, cool. So it's really cool. It's awesome.
What motivates you when you're writing?
Yeah, I know if the guys expound. I guess it's probably, you know, our relationship with God. You know, it's one of those things where you know, we have random things that'll happen throughout the day, you know, or certain instances things will trigger, you know, good messages for songs, and most of the time it's just for us is prayer, you know, just out of our intimacy with God, you know, songs will come, and so it's really cool. Yeah.
Tell us about one of your songs, Tears of the Saints, which is just an incredible song. Just tell us the motivation behind that song.
Totally. That was really cool. It was actually a Sunday morning at our home church in Baytown, Texas, and after the service, I got my dad to drop me off at the house because it was like a really awesome service that morning, and it's like the presence of God was still pulling on my heart, and I guess God wasn't done with me yet, and so I went into to my music room at our house. We have like a little piano in there, and I was just playing like old hymns and things like that. I was just kind of just worshiping by myself, and God's presence just really kind of hit me there, and He started reminding me of all of my friends or acquaintances or people that I knew that. You know, if they died today, I probably wouldn't see them in heaven, you know, and it was a real thing. It wasn't necessarily like this sweet thing. It was more like the grief of God type thing, and it's almost like I began to weep and cry. It's like God was kind of, I guess, trying to let me feel small glimpses, just a tiny glimpse of His heart for the lost and the unsaved out there, and so I just began to weep and cry, and the first line was, "There are tears from the saints for the lost and the unsaved." That came like in a matter of minutes, and about probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, I had like the whole first verse and first chorus of the song, and I was freaking out, and Jack walked in, and I was like, hey dude, come listen to this song, and I played it for him, and he helped me write, he finished up the rest of it, and it was just a blessing. It was one of those songs that I'll never forget, and that's how, you know, the songs, a lot of the songs will just be out of prayer, or, you know, out of stuff like that, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
You've obviously got on you a pretty big responsibility from a God and spiritual perspective, but then also you guys have shot to this whole fame thing. How do you keep grounded and just make sure you're keeping your hearts and your spirits right in all of that?
Cool.
I think our family is pretty good at that. I mean, just, we have incredible mothers and parents that, you know, we're really connected with our home church. Have just been incredible to us, really have.
Well, that's great. It's been really great having you guys with us, and we look forward to hearing more from you guys as time goes on. So thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having us today.
Thanks so much. Great to meet you.